Ladies and gents, it's 4th of September 2021. We're now live with Idris, deployment to Professor Johnson. I just want to say thank you for everyone coming through, supporting the show day in, day out. You're both observed and preserved. You're part of the Aristocracy Social League. Also, I'm nearly a year older in one day. Nearly a year older. Some days I think, mate, what's life all about? What's it all about? We try and thrive through life, through compassion, try and support one another. Got to love like neighbour, like you love yourself. How hard is it to work on that progression when you've got things like COVID, the wars going on in Afghanistan? Some of us are alienated parents. We've all got different problems in life, suffering a life purgatory, lost your nan, lost your cat, lost your dog. You all feel hard done by, don't we? We all feel hard done by. Everyone in this world feels hard done by, trying to be loved for, cared for. When we cuddled up and put back, wrapped up in cotton wool by our mothers, saying, it's all right, son, we're going to be okay. That's what you want. When you live on your own, you just got to be strong. You've got to be thick-skinned. You've got to be strong. You just got to wake up with a methodical approach. You have loads of ambitions in life, loads of aspirations in life to keep motivated, to keep you waking up thinking, what can I do tomorrow? I'm on my own. Got no friends, got no circle of life. What should I do? You want to be prosperous when prosperity matters. That's what you need to do. You need to wake up and think, I'm here on my own, but what can I do between these four walls on my own? Drive myself absolutely mad, talking to myself, looking at the walls. You need to pull your finger out your backside, wake up and smell the roses. You're still alive, still try and help others by, I don't know, you could be, what could you be? You could be a blogger on Facebook, writing positive quotes. Rather than going at it taking, destroying your body, just destroying your soul. Like drinking alcohol or taking narcotics, doing something absolutely horrific to, it is horrific. I know people say it's all right in moderation. It's not all right in moderation when you can be doing something else within society. I sort of understand it if you're working a 9 till 5, 6-7 days a week. You need that escapism. That's your escapism. I sort of understand, but at the same time, I don't understand. I don't like the smell of alcohol. I certainly do not like narcotics. Not for me. Not even medication of a doctor. Although sometimes I feel like I need it. I feel like I'm having bad luck in life to be sitting between these four walls of my own. Probably because I don't condone with the lunatic society that we live amongst, but they might think I'm a lunatic for not doing it. But there you go. That's just my lifestyle. My lifestyle is different to 75% of the population in the UK. I can't help being who I am. I'm Theophilus. I was born a Theophilus, and I'm not going to step out of line. That's who I am. I'm a Theophilus, disciple of Jesus, disciple of the church. I respect the church. I respect the law of authority. That's why I'm here with my Christianity or authoritarian way. Absolutely, giving people guidance in life throughout life. Should I change who I am? Absolutely not. I'm coming at the pinnacle of my life, trying to give people a push forward in life in the best direction, giving people aspirations of their own, saying I want to be a preacher, maybe I want to be an evangelist, or maybe they want to get involved in some authoritarian ways in the political aspect, political spectrum of life. That's what others need to do. Help support the Dominion. What could you do for the Dominion to make people feel that, we're still going to be prosperous, we're still going to get through life struggles, life of purgatory. The life of purgatory, when we lose the closest thing to you, how we're going to wake up with that time and forbearance to strive forward. You can drink the bottle of vodka that's sitting on the kitchen side, thinking, well, after I drink that, the pain will go away. No, the pain will come back worse when you sober up. And you're also damaging your kidneys and liver. You've got to be strong. And your mother, your father, your nan, your granddad, your sister, your brother, whoever passed away in your family, do not want to see you struggle the same as they did throughout life. So you need to keep working on that progression. Hope I'm giving you some good guidance, good quotes in life that you think, actually, he's talking the truth. Because I see a lot of people deteriorate through alcohol. NHS see untold people deteriorate through alcohol in hospital, getting their kidneys removed, the liver taken out. You know, my children's nan had what's it called? She had part of her insides taken out. Pancreas, I think it was. She had a pancreas taken out through alcohol and overindulging of not the right foods. I always scream a healthy lifestyle is a wealthy lifestyle. You can be the richest man in the world, but not be the you're not the wealthiest man in the world because you haven't got your health. You haven't got your health. Have you got wisdom? Have you got courage and knowledge? And you can look down at your feet and see your feet. That is when you know you've had a good innings at life. So, you know, if you're sitting here and you see your feet, when you look down, standing up, you know you looked after your well-being, wealthy lifestyle. I'm not knocking anyone that can't. Don't get me wrong. We get older, we put on weight, we all do. Well, not all of us, some, you know, a lot of us do. But you really got to look after your well-being, your wealth, your health, your stability. Doesn't mean you are mentally stable if you can see your feet at all. You suffer. Everyone suffers in life. Everyone suffers different things, different illnesses. Some people have thyroid problem, can't help their physical appearance. And some of us have been activists since the day we could walk. So we've had different lifestyle to ours. Life circumstances and sociological society can make difference throughout humanity. So I'm not here to, preach and knock people that haven't looked after their health better than whatever. Sometimes it's job circumstances. Maybe you become a chef. Maybe, I don't know, you worked in an office, sat down at a seat 7 days a week, 9 till 5. Life chances make a lot of difference. Anyway, ladies and gents, before we move forward, I just want to say I was not trying to discriminate anyone or put anyone down. I'm here to spread love, and I've just done a doctoral nutrition class, a webinar yesterday. Obviously, 1 to 2 kilograms, if you are thinking about losing weight, is a healthy weight loss. 1 to 2 kilograms. I'm an ex-professional boxer. So, I could, funny enough, I've been about the same weight all my life, but after boxing, I don't know what it was. I used to go on mad binge, like drinking, eating kebabs. I don't even eat kebab. I think it's more my ex-wife, if I'm honest. No, I'm going to be honest. Why shouldn't I speak the truth on my show? I think it's more the indulgence of my ex-wife, their lifestyle of eating takeaway and drinking, to be fair. Well, to be honest, not to be fair, to be honest. Look at me, I've been here. How long have I been here on Castbox? How long have I been on YouTube? I've been on YouTube about 2 years. Castbox, I've been on Castbox about 3 years. Castbox FM, it's a digital radio. I should be able to speak the truth. If the truth hurts, if the shoe fits, then, well, I said ex-wife, so yeah, the shoe's going to fit if she's listening in her family. You shouldn't say your opinion, sometimes close to home, because it upsets the opposition. But if I can't speak my opinion, then shoot me. It's ludicrous. I can't speak my opinion without upsetting the opposition. Well, they should be listening if I don't like what they hear, because it's a God's honest truth. I've proven it. You guys on Castbox have only heard it. Everyone on YouTube has only heard it. Throughout my professional boxing career, it's very blasé. I'd have a bout. You're not supposed to drink till 24 hours after the fight, because dehydration is very dangerous for any sports player, even professional footballers. Just have 24 hours rest before they go and indulge in alcoholism, end up brain damage or a mental breakdown. Happened to me in the end because I didn't listen. I had a mental breakdown. I used to box straight after the fight, about an hour after I've been in the nightclub or drinking on the coach on the way home to from York Hall or wherever I boxed. Lincolnshire, I boxed in Bristol, I boxed all over. But I used to sit on the coach drinking cider, drinking vodka, drinking anything I could handle. How barbaric. Look, let's not put barbarics down because a lot of them don't drink. It's against their religion. But you know what I'm saying? It's outrageous of me to act in a horrific way. I'm coming from an expert sport to act totally inappropriate, incomprehensible, incompetent as a human. But anyway, ladies and gents, we're going to move forward. Do not enter the vehicle under the influence of alcoholism or narcotics. Do not enter the vehicle under sleep deprivation. Check your MOT. Make sure your car's insured. Make sure you got a driving license. And check your tax. Check your PSI and tyres, making sure your tyres are not bowled. Check your water cooling tank and your engine will make sure the top's up to maximum level. Make sure you and passengers have seatbelts on. And babies have seatbelt adjacent to the car seat. Check for road safety signs, roadworks, further police instructions. Check your centre mirror, wing mirror before acting into the safe, sufficient direction of choice. Just in case motorcyclists or cars are overtaken. Look over your shoulder. Give it a last glance over your shoulder to make sure. Also, when you get to the zebra crossing, a lot of people do this. I mean, I've never been run over by a zebra crossing. Probably a handful of times. Count your fingers. Quite a lot of times I've never been run over at a zebra crossing. Make sure you scan left and right at the zebra crossing. Make sure they slow down for pedestrian to cross. And make sure you let pedestrian cross the road before you act and drive. Before you emerge over the zebra crossing, make sure he's crossed the road fully, not only half. Just imagine he dropped his wallet. He's only got halfway across the roundabout. He goes back to pick it up, and you just put your foot down. You run him over. Have a think. There's a lot of incidents throughout the UK happen day in, day out. 160,000 car incidents a year happen. Sometimes it's just simple guidelines. A lot of time it's probably horrific drivers, people driving without a driving license, people driving on the influence of alcohol and narcotics. But if you spread proclamation, news and gatherings, word worldwide, not just in the UK, because I love people from all over the nation. If you bring good success to the table, you deserve to be tuitioned by the prodigious, the prominent Professor Johnson. I know you can go away and go, yeah, I know how to drive. But you probably still eat bad crisps while you're driving. You probably still smoke a cigarette while you're driving. You're probably still on your mobile phone while you're driving. So those little incidents that you're not taking the tuition into could also be cause of an accident. So you're not as perfect as you think you are. Everyone's got their flaws, haven't they? Each and every single one of us have our flaws. I'm a public transport user at the moment. I've got a driving license, haven't got a vehicle. But I'm a public transport user at the moment. I probably could be one of the most educated drivers out there. I've driven trucks, vans, cars. I haven't driven a lorry, but a big truck. 2.5 ton truck. Trailer. No different from driving a lorry. You've only got 2.5 ton truck with a trailer on the back for the tools, piling rig or excavator. It's not a lot of difference, but anyway. But that's the sort of safe driver I was. I was always aware what was around me on the road. Always made sure I looked in all mirrors for motorcyclists. Always made sure I slowed down at zebra crossings. Always made sure the pedestrian got across. Manners is what make humanities. I always thought, love thy neighbour like I love myself. I got road rage sometimes through stupidity, people on their phone, cutting in and out lanes. But I used to see with impurity, if I see bad doing throughout our society, I get the hump. I do get the hump. Anyway, moving on. I get provoked. I get provoked to do. Probably like any police officer would if you're doing something stupid. But that's not what I wanted. Oh. Bear with me 2 seconds, guys. Bear with me 2 seconds, please. Lovely people. I love you all. Oh, here we are. Here we are, darlings. We're just here. We're just. I was just trying to load up the instance for you for today, and we're just about to get into the UK instance. Let's give it a big round of applause for an NHS, a police force, and a fire brigade. Massively a police force because they're every car incident going. Not fire brigade are not always there unless it's a bad collision where obviously the police go and evaluate the situation, see how bad the car incident is, and a fire brigade will be at an incident if someone in the vehicle needs cutting out or lifting out of a ditch, perhaps. Traffic alerts. Right, this is not quite how I want things to now. I don't know what is going on. Avoid. Right. It's not quite how I want it, but we're going to look at the instance, see what's going on. Got roadworks. In my constituency in Colchester, B1027 Trempe traffic signals due to water main work on B107 near School Road. It's reported on the 2nd, 8 a.m. It was reported. Water main work, Trempe traffic signals due to water main work, A120 Colchester Road near the petrol station. Reported 2nd September also. Near Luton, what do we have? 15th of June. They're obviously still in the place, but I like updating. I really do like updated car traffic. Mate, I'm really not happy about that. Just below Croydon. This is reported on 27th of August, but it's still there. Construction, temporary traffic signals due to construction on A25. Westerham Road at B269 High Street. It's still in place. Maidstone, just off. Incident still in place. One more near Ely. Water main work. Temporary traffic signals on A142 Ely Road near Elaine Business Park. Reported on the 1st of September, 9:30 p.m. near Ely, just past Cambridge. But please note, all these incidents are still in. I know they seem outdated, but they're still going to be in place. They're still going to be there as you approach them junctions. So plan your destination. Why do you think I'll give out the car instance? You probably think, what's this bloke doing? Just giving out a car instance. How's he even doing it? What can you achieve by planning your destination? You can achieve not being late for work. You can achieve getting your wife to hospital on time as her water broke. You can achieve getting there to support your mother before to go to a doctor's appointment in time. You need to plan your destination. Avoid congestion. If you see there's a blocked road and you didn't check the road map to see if the road's blocked, how are you going to know? You're just going to attempt to drive down to your mum that's 20 miles away, hoping that you can get to the doctor in time. Not thinking past your nose. Your nose is big enough, but you can't think past it. That's why, because you've got such a big nose, you didn't think past it. I'm only joking. Anyway, ladies and gents, love you all. Please get a pen ready. Well, I say please. If you want the best etiquette business minded person, you want to support the safety of your family, the safety of your business, and everyone working in there, because you need insurance requirements to support your business. Well, if you get all the safety steps in place, which is valid to keep your business up and running, to keep people in your work that are also etiquette, but they're professionals, aren't they? You need to treat them like professionals, make sure their safety is paramount whilst at work. Everyone's got life of purgatory. Everyone's got ex-girlfriends, boyfriends. Maybe they've been bullied throughout school. They got anything could come back within your business. You need to make sure their safety is protected. Everyone going out to work, their identity is important that they are protected. So make sure they are. Anyway, PSS alarms. For etiquette and pragmatic works carried out. All areas covered, including central station monitoring provided, all work done according to insurance requirement. This is a friend of mine's company. He's carried out works in Harry Kane's stepmother's house in Hertfordshire. Harry Kane is England football captain. Harry Kane's stepmother's house in Hertfordshire, Pod Spa. I know because I was there. He's carried out etiquette works in Essex, such as Kazabar restaurant and many more big businesses. I think there used to be another Kazabar in Ilford. Well, there is definitely in Ilford. Lovely restaurant and a hotel. Quite a nice, lovely Indian family run the place. In Clacton, it's now changed over names. But the one in Ilford could still be Kazabar, not quite sure. Anyway, installation and maintenance of intruder alarms, fire alarms, CCTV, all work guaranteed and certified to SSAIB standard 24-hour call-out service. Can provide CCTV for pubs, clubs, restaurants on a business setup. Secure your business. Mention Professor Johnson for his discount. Secure your home, secure your business. Your safety and quality in your business are paramount. So think safety, think first. Secure your equity. He does security in hotels because when you got a hotel, you want to make sure everyone inside the property is safe. And you have a sensor alarm. So if you're like a manager working in the office, the sensor alarm will be sat in the office. So if someone's woken up, they're moving about inside the hotel, you get the sensor alarm that'll go off in your office, and you know when someone's about. You can look on the camera, which you have if you get the full system, you have a camera to see who's got up, make sure who's intruding, or if it is someone that's just staying in a hotel, going out just for a smoke perhaps, or going out for a phone call, or just a bit of fresh air, or walking a dog at 3 o'clock in the morning. Some people do. You can check on your CCTV system. It's very, very important to know what these companies are worth, and this is very, very etiquette in business, and style and sense, and pragmatic with sense, as they. But the gentleman himself doesn't smoke, he doesn't drink, so it's everything you need around your business setup and families. You don't cigarettes flying all over your property floor. You don't fag ash flicked on all over your, your forecourt of your property outside your house if you've got children there. So yeah, very etiquette in style and pragmatic with sense. So give this number a call, 07908 07908 216 142 07908 216 142 07908 216 142. Relax-UK.com. Relax-UK.com. Relax UK Limited, health, travel and wellness products since 1997. UK relaxation shop selling various range of products from relaxation, travel, well-being, biofeedback, sleeping and natural products. Relax-UK.com. Relax UK Limited, health, travel and wellness products since 1997. UK relaxation shop selling various range of products from relaxation, travel, well-being, biofeedback, sleeping and natural products. I'm going to give you one more thing before we head off to a break. I hope you're all enjoying the show. I just want to say hello to everyone. Shabby, Shelby, Jennifer, Jacob, Daisy, Mason, Vernon, Anna, Matt, ID 2320992, Gazelle, Hootish, MJH, N, and another ID. Welcome to Proclamation News and Government. Appreciate all you guys. Give me a follow. You know what? It means a lot, substantial amounts of a lot. Joe Public. What's a nitty? I don't know what a nitty is, Joe Public. COVID-19 decision on jabs for children due in days. I mean, this has been a bit of a worry, isn't it? Bit of a worry. I mean, me, you, everyone else probably listening, more than likely had our COVID vaccination. But people I know that had vaccinations still catching COVID. They say children are less likely to die of COVID. So, are you going to put them under the vaccination or not? I don't know. It's a hard call because kids can be the carriers of COVID, but if it's not, if it's not protecting, it's not protecting. I don't know. I don't know what to suggest. I really don't know what to suggest with COVID anymore. And then on the other hand, as COVID hasn't been mentioned hardly at all, that's my family. So I had to search deep for this to find this information. It was rife at one point, and then it was totally, it's been thrown out of thin air. It's all spread with Afghanistan news. Like, oh no, it's a crisis. Loads of English people dead. Now we're going to have loads of Afghans living in England. England is now going to become Afghanistan. Our news has become Afghanistan. My heart and everything goes out to people that struggle in their country, absolutely. But we've just struggled a massive loss of not just English citizens, but whoever's in this country at the moment, which is totally mixed. Been loads of free houses. What I don't understand is England, no. In Copenhagen, right? I think it's 1989. It's illegal to sleep on the floor. So when a wife and husband or girlfriend and boyfriend splits up, the kids usually reside with the mother. Regardless of X, Y, and Z, regardless if dad was a better mother than mother was a father, regardless if dad used to go work 9 till 5 to support the children, I'm not trying to put someone in a frame like here. It's just I'm not the only one in this situation. I've seen it. I've seen people crying over there. I've seen a lot of people struggle mental health. I've worked in a homeless shelter, so you see it all. It opens your eyes up, it really does. But so in Copenhagen, it's against the law for a child or even adult to sleep on the floor. So if a father, same myself, has the children, I have to sleep rough for my children to have my bed. Because what sort of father would I be to let my children sleep on the floor? But it's not against the law for a father to have all they do is the government offer you a 1-bedroom place. Whereas the woman, no disrespect to feminism, because I do support them massively, will get a 2-3-bedroom place just by flashing her tits. No, not literally, but just because she's got a pair of tits. It's not, it's not fair. It's ludicrous, absolutely shocking. And they scream out International Bill of Rights. I wish I had a rocket launcher with International Bill of Rights, and through it, I don't know where I can aim it. Who could you aim it at just to send the message across? Because you don't actually know. Like, you watch Parliament, you think, who's actually in charge here? Because you got Boris Johnson, he's just a face of politics. He's just he's Prime Minister. He doesn't make decisions. He does not make decisions. I see all the critics in social media saying, Boris is stupid, he don't know what he's doing. He does not make decisions. He's very well spoken, well engineered with his jurisdiction, or putting words together, stringing words together, emphasising his credibility. Absolutely. That's why he's an honourable gentleman. He's done the years in college. He's done his years of academics. I'm still doing mine. I've done years of academics at school, media studies, ICT. I've done a nutrition course yesterday. Learning does not stop. Let me tell you, learning things in life does not stop. It only stops when you stop trying to learn. But yeah. Anyway, let's move on from this. Government believes there is a strong case for offering jabs to healthy 12 to 15-year-olds. A source has told BBC as it awaits advice from the UK's chief medical officers. So I went on a bit of a tangent there about a total different subject, but long as getting amongst kids and it just sort of brings something home. On Friday, vaccine experts did not recommend the rollout as the benefits on health grounds alone were marginal. They have now asked the chief medical officers to consider the wider implications of extending vaccinations to younger peoples. A decision is expected within days. Government sources believe vaccinating younger children can reduce disruption in schools and help keep infection rates down as winter approaches. Up until now, the advice of the Joint Committee on Vaccination and Immunisation regards which groups should get the COVID jab has been followed across the UK. On Friday, they recommended widening the existing vaccine programme that included an extra 200,000 12 to 15 pupils with specific underlying conditions. But they stopped short of advising in favour of vaccinating the healthy children in that age group, saying the margin of benefit is considered too small to stop universal vaccination at this time. Professor Harnden, the JCVI's deputy chairman, was asked BBC's Breakfast about the potential now for parents to soon be faced with having to make decisions on whether or not to have their COVID vaccinated, when different experts had offered varying options. He replied that post-decision on widening the rollout had been fairly cut, but for the group, for healthy children, there was not a right or wrong. I don't know your perspective, like your children going to school, you've been absolutely worried about, them catching COVID, but then you see on the news people getting the vaccination and still dying of other underlying conditions. I mean, what are your thoughts? What's your perspective? You're the parent. I can't make your opinion. I can't make your decision. I know my opinion. I would like my kids to have the vaccination, but what if something went wrong with the vaccination? What if they got a blood clot? It's a hard one to choose, isn't it? A hard one to choose. You've got to be a brave person. The kid's got to have his own mind to, answer that query. Because if you send your kid in for vaccination and you got a blood clot and died, you've only got yourself to try and forgive. That's a hard one. I don't like to make my decision for my children. Obviously, the mothers to my children will make that decision for me, but I want my kids to be safe. And I don't want my kids to, then pass the COVID on to their grandparents. But at the same time, I don't want them to get a blood clot and die. So what was your decision? What's your perspective on that? That's a hard one. I've had the vaccination 1 and 2, just to make sure me and others around me are safe. I couldn't, I wasn't worried about this. Very, very small chance I might die of the blood clot in my arm for the vaccination, but I took that chance to make everyone else safe. Health Secretary Sajid Javid has asked the chief medical officers to consider the rollout of the vaccine, the new age group, from a broader perspective. This means the rate of transmission will also be a key consideration for chief medical officers. Labour said there was a strong case of vaccination to prevent further disruption to children learning, and the governments must move urgently to make a decision once the chief medical officers have given their advice. Ministers have let it be known they are keen on getting this age group vaccinated, both through public pronouncements and privately behind the scenes. The argument is that it could reduce school disruption and keep infection levels low. But there is still plenty to consider. Giving this age group jabs and will mean time out of class and possibility of school recovering from common side effects such as a mild fever. This is not like flu jab, which is simple nasal spray. Its ability to curb spread may be less than first assumed to. It is for about half of its age group may have been infected already and therefore have natural immunity. The emergence of the Delta variant also means the vaccine is less effective at stopping infection than previously. Its main benefit is to prevent serious disease, and as a healthy children are incredibly low risk of that than the benefits, as the JCVI VI points out on margin. It is worth remembering that there's 6 million adults, twice the number in this age group, who still remain completely unvaccinated. Perhaps there are disproportionate amount of attention given to children. Yeah, so I don't know what your whole spectrum, your perspective, where your priorities lie within the children industry. Going to school, should they be vaccinated, and who is the one to make that call? You, the parent, are you going to be the selfish one? Say, yeah, I'm going to let him risk my child's life to get a vaccination, because it is in a roundabout sense. If you look at social services, you can get done for bringing up your children right. What's it called? Child abuse. To know that child has died, not child. I think the child have died of blood clot, and adults, not many, but there has been some. It's sort of abuse, isn't it? In a roundabout way. So what do you do? What do you do? You're going to stick a needle in your child's arm. Could have blood clot. You might not make it through. Slim chance, but there's possibility. It's like taking your kid on holiday. We've got just under a gallon to make it to Gibraltar, but I'm going to put him on just in case we can't make it, because they have reserve in the fuel tank. Every car, every vehicle has a reserve. How much is in reserve? How much can that give me a definite answer that it's going to be okay? You don't know. You don't know unless you try it. So in a roundabout sense, if you see where I'm coming from, you get my drift, is neglect. Should everyone get their kids taken off them? Who's working social services? Who works for social services? To be honest, social services are an absolute jackass run, corrupted company. Absolutely. I've got no respect for them. I've sent so much distraught evidence into that, qualitative evidence into that jackass run. I don't know, what's it there for? What's it even there for? You can have kids being brought up by 2 heroin addicts and they don't mind. It's not like the police, it's not like the humanities in society don't know who the smackheads are. They've got bloody skin like a leather belt. Look at his face, look. He's got a face like a blooming rabbit catcher's glove. Rabbit catcher's glove, all rigid, all rough. But you can't tell that bloke is a heroin addict, and so is his mother. And they're bringing up 2 children, taking them to school daily. Are them children infected could have a chance of catching AIDS through swapping needles? You don't know what some of these children are up against. Some of the really, 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 really knowledgeable, optimistic, flamboyant, courageous people full of wisdom, parents, don't get a looking to be the dominant parent. Doesn't matter how wide your jurisdiction is, doesn't matter how big your wallet is. And it doesn't matter how big your mouth is, even if you've got all the qualitative evidence in the world, it's still not supported. Makes you wonder. I mean, we have, like I say, we've got our ministers. Do they have everything under control? Do they have everything under control? Then why ain't they? Police only act when it provokes them, I believe. Police will only act if it provokes them. You can be nearly run over, you can be nearly shot in the head. Did it hit you? No, but it nearly did. Oh, don't worry about it. That's the way you get treated in society nowadays. That is how you get treated in society. Same as being a father, until you really, really make an impact. Ain't father or mother, until you really, really make an impact, is when they think, oh, we better help now. Something might happen. You might commit suicide. Or we're going to have to write a report to his family, a funeral parlour. Mr. Johnson is going to be buried because he's going to hang himself. Oh, we better help. We better make amends. Doesn't matter how good you are in life throughout society. Your mates that used to be your mates, they ain't your mates because you're going through a hard time. They want to see you when you're having a good time. When you've got loads of money in your pocket, that's when you got your mates all flocking around you in your nest. They're not your mates. Remember that when you're winning, who your mates are, because they're not your mates. I used to be like, when I'm winning, the team's winning. When I'm winning now, no one is going to be coming in my circle. I'm winning, that's it. No one else is winning, just me. Because I know, I've been there. I took punches for people that don't take punches for you. My ex-family I used to take punches for. I walked away with nothing. I've had to rebuild my life. I got my parents getting older, you know. I need to be there to support them. I have to get public transport. I had all my belongings taken away. I bought 5 vehicles at one point. Now I'm getting a bus from A to B. I'm certainly not taking any more punches for anyone. Certainly not. There's one little boy that I owe my life to. And that's what I aim to do with my artwork. And if anyone's got a provocation with that, that's their own problem. Ain't mine, because I've made my decision. Through harassment, I made my decision. National Insurance Minister refuses of denial reports of tax hike for social care. Social care must be adequately funded, Justice Secretary Robert Buckland has said. Amid reports, ministers plan to raise national insurance. Downing Street did not deny reports of an increase of at least 1% to improve social care and tackle the NHS backlog. The new Justice Secretary said he would not speculate, but said there should be a grown-up conversation about how to pay for social rising care costs. The move would break down Tory manifesto commitments. I'm trying to, at the last election, bear with me 2 seconds, guys. I want to share this with you, my Etsy website, so you can look through while you're watching. Here we go. Here we go, lovelies. Send it to my email. Yeah, I'm going to send it to my email and you guys can little butchers before we carry on. I'll go off a tangent sometimes. I'm going to give you guys something to have a little read. It's nice I give something back to society. You don't have to purchase anything, but you can go, this is what he's done when he's been in his absolute darkest of moments. We're going to help support a man that's had a hard life, rather than someone that's got everything. Everyone pays money into multi-millionaires. I'm not multi-millionaire. I'll probably never be a millionaire. I'll probably never have £1,000 in the bank. I even got, the only time I have £100 in the bank is when it's bill day. But, you know, I've got 0 savings. I've got about £5 in my account. £5 in my bank account. I'm more broke than Brokeback Mountain. But what I've got is, I've got a bit of equity in my house, paintings, what I paint, but I'm not the richest man. I'm not the sorry. Here we go. Here we go, ladies and gents. Although I sit here daily working hard, I speak a lot, very optimistic. I come across very etiquette and pragmatic sense. Etiquette and style and pragmatic sense. It's because I do a lot of reading. I've not got a lot of money. Anyway, the British public are sensible enough to know that when it comes to the issue of social care, we have to find some way in which we'll be adequately funded. Mr. Buckland has told BBC Breakfast He said that Conservative Party has also promised at the 2019 election that it would bring forward sustainable proposals to fund social care. The Daily Telegraph reports that Downing Street favours a 1% rise in the national insurance rate, affecting about 25 million workers and self-employed people, as well as employers. But it says Treasury is pushing for a 1.25% increase. And the Times adds the Health and Social Care Secretary, Sajid Javid, wants a bigger rise of 2%. But a source close to Mr. Javid said it was 2% figure was incorrect, and the BBC understands the Health and Secretary is pushing for a lower figure. For someone on average earnings of $29,536 a year, a 1% increase in national insurance would cost them $199.68 annually. The Telegraph said the funds will be used to put a cap on the amount an individual has to spend on social care costs over their lifetime. In their manifesto, the Conservatives said the prerequisite of any solution will be guarantee that no one needing care had to sell their home to pay for it. The government said it was committed to bring forward a long-term plan to reform the social care system. In a statement, it said proposals would be set out this year. Boris Johnson appears to be ready to break one promise in order to keep another. He's considering going against his manifesto commitment not to raise national insurance in order to deliver on his vow to fix social care. If the plan is put forward, we will need a hard sell to the public, most of whom will still pay large amounts towards care. The two Conservative MPs, for whom raising taxes is repellent. How best to look after the elderly, disabled and others needing care is one of society's most important questions. How to persuade public to pay for it is the government's most pressing problem and a huge political change. Go back to work, your national insurance will be paying for the care costs. Labour said the NHS and social care needed proper investment, but it was wrong to raise national insurance, which would disappointingly hit low earners, young people and businesses. Boris Johnson still hasn't come forward with the plan for social care he promised over the 2 years, and instead they propose in a manifesto breaking tax rise that would hit working people and business hard, said the Shadow Chief Secretary to the Treasury, Bridget Phillipson. It comes as former Health Secretary Jeremy Hunt wrote in the Daily Telegraph that there should be a new health and care premium added to tax it instead, as he warned against raising national insurance or income tax. Mr. Hunt, who now chairs the Commons Health Committee, told BBC Radio 4's Today's programme that the government must bite the bullet and find some way to increase taxes. The sums eye-watering far bigger than the Chancellor can find down the back of the Treasury sofa, he said. But he said a national insurance increase was the wrong approach because it would not be paid by pensions. Since older people are the biggest beneficiaries, I think it's only fair that they should make a contribution, Mr. Hunt said. National insurance is paid on the profits of self-employed people and earnings of employees when they exceed $9,568 a year. Then they pay 12% of the income up to about $50,000 a year when it drops to 2%. That has raised concerns that any rise to national insurance would affect low earners more than high earners. It's going to affect and upset a lot of people. Then we've got loads of Afghanistan people coming here. And, you know, I've not got nothing against Afghans. You're helping out others and you can't help out your own. They're saying all this, you know, bizarre stuff which people can't understand. I know what people, you know, is what's going to get people's neck up. Loads, you know, 20,000 Afghans kind of are going to be soon housed, going to be put in education. They deserve, you know, they deserve it. They're vulnerable people, whatever. But so is everyone else going to work now. Everyone else in the whole of the UK, whole Dominion, are now vulnerable. They can't afford their bills. They can't afford to feed their children. They can't afford to feed themselves. So you win in some exchange, and then you lose out in others all the time. And they stick 60 million a year into Beijing, the richest country, the biggest globalization country in the whole of the world. The wide spectrum of the whole world. We pump £60 million a year in to try and help out Beijing. Really? Come on, mate. That's horrific. Who does the maths in Parliament? We've got places like Haiti, Venezuela, Afghanistan at the moment, but you're going to pump 60 million into the richest country in the world. Why don't you just stick £1 million in my bank? I'll be happy. What are the challenges facing social care? An ageing population means growing demand. However, cancer spending in England is about 3% lower than in 2010. Age UK estimates 1.5 million people in England don't get help they need. The fees local authorities pay for care are often charged more, with no maximum limit, no cost. There are huge staff shortages. Age UK estimate there are about 45,000 vacancies. Boris Johnson has been under increased pressure to set out his plan for social care reform. Speaking on Step of Downing Street on his first day as Prime Minister in 2019, he pledged to fix the crisis social care once and for all, with a clear plan he had published. On top of the long-term tax funding changes, social care sector has also faced extra costs because of the pandemic. Councils that produce social care has seen their budgets cut over the last decade. The squeeze on the council fund in England means that people who pay it themselves are often propping up in the care system. In England, social care generally is provided for free, particularly ones with saving assets worth more than 23,000 can get help for their council. There's no overall limit on costs, meaning thousands every year will end up selling their homes to pay. Personal care, such as help with washing and dressing, is free in Scotland for those addressed by the local authority as needing it. Those in homes still have to contribute towards accommodation costs. The Scottish National Party said the UK government at Westminster should guarantee Scottish workers would not pay for an England-only policy. Some care costs are capped in Wales, and home care is free for over 75s in Northern Ireland. Home care is free. How about that? Get home care, you'll be safe. Ladies and gents, thank you ever so much for listening to Proclamation News with Gavins. I'm always overwhelmed that we can actually bring a nice little audience in. You guys come and support the show. Please subscribe to Proclamation News with Gavin, trying to build it back better, bigger. And I want people to come forward with their provocations that may arise in the near future. And if you've got any warnings that you'd like to give for other people listening, please feel free to write a comment, and I'll answer the call if you want to call in. But always write a message to say what you want to put past me first, because that's how professional standards should comprehend, and that's the way I tend to deliver. I'm trying to end the show now because that is protocol for me to go. Exit. Thank you ever so much.